I'm the founder of Ayojak.com. Ayojak.com is a leading event solution company. So we provide solutions for ticketing, conference registration, payment processing, promotion and logistics. So when we look at any event, an event doesn't happen just by selling a couple of tickets. It needs an entire suite of solutions. So we provide that entire suite of solutions out of the box for an event promoter to make an event successful.
And when did that start?
Formally, the company started in 2008 January, but we, as with every startup, we have gone through our own iterations. We were doing something different, but Ayojak got launched in 2009 September in its current avatar. Now, that's where we started getting into market and started reaching our customers. So this is not the first product launch. In fact, this is not many people know, this is my third attempt into entire thing. I've been trying something in 2005, had another company in Bangalore in 2006, closed down that, and then this journey started. When this journey started, we were doing something else into recruitment, which we gave it up in 2008 early on. Then we picked up Ayojak, looking at opportunity there where nobody else was doing, or everybody else were busy on in a content. We said, let's create a platform. It's an interesting, I think many entrepreneurs out there would correlate with what I have gone through. I had no backing as such, great savings or great sort of, I had a lot of family responsibility to take care. So there was not a lot of money that I had saved out. But when I had started, the mind was so curious about starting, so I just started. And when I was in UK that time, in London, was working for eBay and BBC, many companies. I was doing consulting. So I used to get the fund, started outsourcing my product to a Aurangabad-based company, okay, which started developing it. But then that company started, sort of shutting it down. So I said I inherited the entire team. So the way that happened to be my destiny, why I got to Pune, because I was, had my career here, had my social connection in Bangalore, but destiny was pulling me to Pune. So I started the company in Pune. I said, now that the entire outsourcing company is shut down, whether I close down or hire somebody, I said, okay, I'm going to inherit them and start doing it. So the nearest location was Pune, that we got it. We started developing concept, but then I couldn't let my job go out of London and come back here, because what we were doing initially was a recruitment site, and Naukri has been the king, many other things. So we said, we're just going to give it a go through the iteration and see how it happens. So I remotely trained my engineers from there, started pumping the money, didn't work out, and we picked up Ayojak, started pumping the money. When we about to do it, Town got funded, close to 3 or 4 million, early on. And then we said, we need to do something about. We went to the market. We saw that there are a typical need, event management company out there looking out for a payment processing and a email confirmation. So we said, there is a small gap there. Let's fill it. Now the market was such a dynamic. Even now, it's a seasonal business. You have December, January, you have hundreds of events. But what happens in June, July? So we were still figuring out the business model, and I didn't give it a try, saying that I'm going to leave all my job here, come to India, because I was more keen on a long driving process than on come in a quick fire, and if nothing happens, give it up. I was not prepared to give it up. I said I'm going to sustain the pressure. So we got operation team back in Pune to look after. So I was remotely monitoring. 5 o'clock morning, get up, start working with people on Skype, go to consulting, come back at 7 o'clock, work again till 11 or 12 o'clock, and again wake up in morning 5. So I went through that sort of grinding process till for 3 years. And somewhere in between, we started getting good, big customers coming in. A lot of new customers, a lot of existing. In fact, Unplugged came early on, became a customer. Club Hack was another customer early on. So a lot of customers like that came in, and where we said, yeah, now it's making sense. A lot of other competitors coming in, so that validated the market. And then I shifted to India in September, 2011. So in between, I used to keep coming, and I had a very typical problem there, because maybe my network would have been strong, and I would have met several people early on, face to face. That didn't happen, and fortunately, unfortunately, that was a boon and also a loss in some way. But we were focused on getting the business model right, getting validation right, getting the traction right, and traction was happening. Yes, the company didn't get funding early on, so that's how it happened. In fact, the company didn't also get fund from the friends and family because they were saying, you are operating from London, your company is running in India, how could we rely you? But soon after I came in India in September, some of my best buddies and also they teamed up and funded me. So that's how it happened.
So talking about the whole, part-time to full-time,
Sure.
what has changed? So talk about numbers like revenue and,
So I think any entrepreneur out there, I would wish you don't have to go through the same cycle that I went through. If you have an idea, if you would like to make it happen, jumping full time is any day much better than anything else. So when I was operating remotely, we had big customers coming in, and in any startup, operation is the key. So it's not about your right connections. I knew Ashish, but then Ashish running Unplugged, which is his baby, has to be successful. Now can my operation team deliver being there? There is a risk there. So I went through that risk, but I think company suffered a bit initially with a couple of events here and there, but so I think the success factor remotely operating is very less. If you're operating full time, it's very high. So I did the transition during the September, and last year we were doing close to last March 2011 we were doing 30 lakhs of revenue as such, which involves every bit about ticketing, registrations, and promotion out. And this year the good news is we are reaching almost 2 crores of revenue, 500,000 you could say, and that too many in the market thought that we will not scale. There is not enough traction, so we have proven that there is a lot more things, differentiation in the market that we can bring on. And my team says that this magic has happened because I just came in and sort of sat on the drive and say, what, we need to drive in and then show in the market what we could deliver. And that big sort of movement has happened from September onwards. But I give full credit to my Pune team who stuck at the right time, got big clients on board, and my key sales guys, key product development guys. So it is a combined team factor, but I think in any team you need the leader to be there and make sure that the coordination happens right and the spirit and the motivation stays tuned.
And I think it's also a function of the commitment of the leader itself, right?
Definitely. And
someone shows up if not full time.
Definitely. At some point of time in 2010 May, I almost lost my entire team because that was in every startup you go through very rough phases, and that is where you lose entire motivation. And because you are not there, if you're remotely operating, it's a tragedy almost. Somehow I survived out of the entire people managing skill, and some people sued by that. But I think, yeah, you're right. Leader is needed to stand in front and then drive it.
So plans going forward?
Plans going forward, we are definitely looking at the market. The market is equally competitive. There are very good players there, backed by big corporates, big companies, big individuals. But we see, now that there is enough revenue on the table, and that too in a year we have grown 600 to 700% growth. So we have definitive plan to expand across India. We are already in Delhi, in Bangalore, in Pune, in Mumbai. So we would like to expand to other cities, not just Salesforce point of view, but we have a different model of execution in the entire event space. So yeah, number one, we would like to expand across India. Number two, we would like to see what other areas the company would add more value in the event management space.
And your message to part-time founders, what would you like to tell them? When is the right time to move into your full time?
I think part-time finders, I would say that if you have started a concept and you've got a couple of customers, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5 customers, and they really feel that there is a value there, you are able to save some, you are able to either they are able to make money out of what you offer, or you are able to sort of solve their critical problems and make them successful. I think that's where you have validated your idea. So you should jump into that as soon as possible. That would make a lot of difference to your success.
Cool. Thanks. That's pretty much. All the best.
Thank you very much.